Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the energies for each life path number for the month of April 2024. Before we get into the forecast, this, of course, is a general reading. If you would like your own personal reading, please book some time with me where we'll look at your own personal numerology and your year ahead or whatever you want to look at or any questions you may have. You can book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. Life path number 7. So April is bringing forth the cycle of the 19-1 for you all, as well as raccoon energy. So let's talk about raccoon first, because I love this energy. It's such a fun, very curious type of energy. So if there's anything that you have wanted to explore or try or be curious about, this is such a great month to do that. So like if you wanted to try to play a new instrument, or you wanted to start some kind of new creative project that really you don't have any intention of, selling, or you're not interested in sort of the monetary side of it. It's more about just the option or the opportunity to express yourself. This is such a great month to do that. So like, for instance, if you wanted to take up pottery or something like that, but you've never done it before, you're just curious about it. This is the month. If it touches your curiosity, go for it, because you might find that you're this great pottery maker, right? And so it might become a hobby that you absolutely love and adore and just brings you so much joy. This is definitely the month to be curious and try new things. And with raccoon energy, there's sort of this free spirit to this animal where it's like, it's going to try new things. It's going to express itself in a way that feels freeing. Anywhere that there's like self-sabotaging or overly restrictive habits, the raccoon is not about that. It's going to just do its thing and see what comes of it, right? Like see what it can find. Every day is a new adventure. Every day is a new exploration. And there's a fun sort of jovial side to this energy that just reminds us that, everything in life can be can have this curious nature attached to it, where even if it's something very difficult, we can stay curious about how can we find our joy through that process? How can we find our joy amidst the chaos or, the situation, no matter how difficult? And raccoon reminds us of that. Like this lifetime is meant to be experienced and just embraced. So love this for you all, sevens, because again, 7 energy can sometimes, when it's in its shadow, be very in the mind, so over analytical. And so it can kind of get stuck there where it overthinks everything, and that overthinking can impede progression, right? Like moving forward and enjoying life. And with raccoon energy coming through, it's really reminding you, if there's any area of life where you've become cynical or overly judgmental of self, others, your experience, whatever, this is a time to, honor whatever thoughts come in for you, but be curious and explore, because it might be that there's more to the story. Now with the 19-1, this is a lot about regeneration and new beginnings. So sort of like rebirths, so to speak. So there might be some experiences that you've been moving through where suddenly it's going to feel like the gates are wide open and you're able to move through them more freely and just run in the meadow wild and free. So if there's been anything that's sort of been restricting you or holding you back, or just felt like it was, this is this opportunity for a fresh start, a new beginning, just to feel free from whatever was sort of holding you back and binding you. Even if it was your own mind, right? Your own thoughts. This is also a beautiful energy for soul contracts. We don't often think of the 9 energy as one for soul contracts, but it's such a spiritual energy that it's very much divinely guided, very fated, destined events. And so it can bring in very deep soul contracts. So if there's a connection that is soul to soul, right? The soul, both souls know that they're meant to connect or, whatever. Whether it's to teach each other something or to experience something together, this could be a time where you meet that person or that pet. A lot of times we don't think about pets, but pets really do bring so much to our lives. And so any kind of soul contract that enhances your life, that can teach you something, that can help you to expand and grow, friendships, even colleagues, you name it, right? But this is definitely a month for soul contracts. And for some of you, it might be actual literal contracts where you're getting married, you're taking a relationship to the next level, or whatever the case may be. So that is very possible. So stay open to the people that you meet or the people that you reconnect with at this time. A lot of times when we reconnect with someone, it's because that storyline isn't finished. And both people are now in a space that's much different than where they were, and they can bring something new to the table. But a lot of times the ego gets in the way and says, no, I had this bad experience with you previously, so that door is shut. And we close ourselves off to potentially a really beautiful experience. So just be very open to the people you meet and the connections that you make this month, or the people that you reconnect with this month. This is also a great time for like rewards and overcoming obstacles. So again, it's like if you feel like you've been sort of moving through something really challenging, you could see that just open up really wide now, where you feel like that burden has been lifted. But it's through the efforts that you've put forth, basically, right? It doesn't just magically happen. Like you've been doing the work and now you're seeing the rewards of that in your actual experience. I would definitely say with this energy, be careful about impulsivity and make sure that you plan appropriately. So anytime you can sort of infuse strategy into your experience when it comes to this energy, that's always a good idea, because a lot of times when we have one energy, especially 19-1, we can feel really impulsive. Like, I want to uproot my whole life and move overseas and never look back type thing. But when this energy sort of wanes, then we look back and say, ooh, maybe I should have just visited Europe, and maybe then made some plans and had a strategy type thing. So just be careful about impulsivity. Just make sure that you have a plan or some kind of strategy that you can kind of fall back on. But overall, I would say for this month, be curious. Just be curious. Get out there and play and just see what the world presents to you and see how you can play with it, how you can work with it. So I hope it's a great month, sevens. Take care. Bye for now.